evening, everyone. I'm DJ Hamilton, and welcome to DJ Sports Show, a place where we discuss sports, share bold opinions, and untold stories that make a difference. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to hit the like and subscribe button and share anybody you know who loves sports. And if you're listening on any audio platform we're on, leave a 5-star rating, share anybody you know. A great discussion with my guys Matt Cain and Philip Wilson discussing UConn's miraculous comeback against Duke and a historic comeback and one of the greatest shots by Braylon Mullins in March Madness history. And we'll also discuss the NBA taking proposals and some NBA storylines. Without further ado, let's get into the show. What's up, everyone? I'm DJ Hamilton, and you're tuned into the DJ Sports Show, where we give you the latest, greatest, and most exciting sports stories in the world of sports, from interviews to having people's stories heard and told. This is the DJ Sports Show. Let's get it! We're here, Matt Cain and Philip Wilson. Mr. Matt Cain, I know you guys feel good.
Yes.
Huskies, man.
You cannot count out the Huskies, man. I've been trying to tell y'all this, man. UConn, Dan Hurley, the best coach in the nation, man. Come on now, bro. Shooters shoot. Shooters shoot. That's what I'm going to say.
What we gotta say is all hail Mullins. You know how I said all hail Clayton? All hail Mullins, man. Indiana is now going to the Final Four due to his big time. One of the greatest shots I've ever seen. He's gonna be etched in lore in March Madness history. You know when they do those featured mantras, those mantras? Those greatest shots. He's gonna be in there in the future, bro.
He definitely is, bro.
I was watching the game and I'm like, okay, the first half. Duke was great in the first half. When they started the game, they were assisting the ball, moving the ball. They were getting good shots off their passes, and they were looking like a cohesive unit offensively. UConn couldn't get anything going offensively, especially in the first half. They were struggling with their shot. They struggled from three-point range today. 5 of 23 overall from three-point range. And those last couple of threes with Caravan and Mullins, those big-time threes we'll get into, but they saved their season right there. But there was one point, they were 2 of 19 from 3. This team couldn't buy a basket from the ocean. I was like, damn. I was like, what's going on? And at one point, he was up by 19. I was like, oh, yeah, this game is over. It's looking similar to the Michigan-Tennessee game that we saw earlier where Michigan manhandled Tennessee. And honestly, I was shocked. But to see what UConn was able to do coming back in this game, the composure they kept, the resiliency, the fact that you are the first team ever to come back down 15 or more at the end of the half, you were down by 15 or more points going into the second half. Teams that are usually were down by 15 or more throughout college basketball history were 0-134. You're the first team to ever win coming back down 15 or more points in March Madness history from against a number 1 seed. And they did that today. Before that, number 1 seeds were 134-0. Duke, you just etched yourself in history on the wrong end of history.
That's insane.
The ultimate choke job. I couldn't believe what I was like, yo, Duke, Cade and Blues, all you have to do is hold the ball. You didn't have to try to pass over the court. They're going to foul you right there. You go to the free throw line. You hit 1 of 2 or whatever. They still got to hit a 3 to make it go in overtime or something. If you hit both, the game is over. Because it was 72-70 at that point. I'm like, I know he's not going to forget that for the rest of his life. That's going to hurt him for a long time. I know he's going to look at that film and be like, damn, man, I didn't have to throw the ball right there, man. And then shout out to Alex Caravan. This guy is struggling the whole game with his shot. Cameron Boozer had a turnover at the 105 mark from the second half. And that was a costly turnover, too. Not even just the Boozer brothers both had costly turnovers that forced Duke to eventually lose this game. Cameron Boozer turns the ball over. UConn comes back down the next trip possession. And Alex Cameron, who's been struggling all night, hits one of the biggest three-pointers of the game to make it a one-possession game. And I'm like, oh, this is interesting. I was like, okay, now let's get our popcorn ready because we got a classic right here. And then I know Silas Demery Jr., he missed those free throws, 1 of 2 at the line. I was like, oh, man, he missed 1 of 2. That's not a good sign. But then the fact that UConn started pressuring full court and then what they were able to do and make Boozer rattled because, he's a freshman. In that situation, freshmen aren't as experienced. But, man, he was playing good throughout the game for the most part throughout the whole tournament. Cade and Boozer. But man, that's a mistake he's not going to forget for the rest of his life, man. And the fact that you guys are the only number 1 seed to blow a 15-plus point lead going into the second half in March Madness history, that's going to haunt them forever. I honestly, bro, when Mullins made that shot, me and Phil were texting each other. He was like, "Yo, this is why we love sports, bro. This is why we love sports."
I scared my kids, bro. I was screaming so loud.
Yo, me and Phil said, "Yo, let's catch our breath real quick, cause I need to catch my breath before we record." Cause I was like, man, that was one of the greatest college games I've ever seen. This is why you can't count teams out when it comes to a team might be down by 15 or 20. This is why there's 2 halves in college basketball. It could be terrible in the first half and then completely flip the script in the second half, or it could be great in the first half and be awful in the second half. And UConn also, they had 4 or 5 turnovers in the first half. But they took care of the ball great deal in the second half. I think they only had like 2 or 3 turnovers. They were doing a great job taking care of the ball. And we can't forget, I know Caravan and Mullins, they were great. They had the big shots. But Terrace Reed Jr., that dude's a pro. The big man down low, he had that 30 and 20 plus game the other day. And today, he was a monster for them again. He had, 26 points for them? Let me look right now. 26 points, 10 of 16 shooting, 9 rebounds, almost a double-double, 4 blocks, and 3 assists and 2 steals. This guy's a great screener. Yeah, he's a monster in the paint. He has soft touch around the rim, too, on his hook shots and up and unders. He also is a ferocious rebounder. He's a great screener. And also, if he could just add that little J to his game, man, because, the modern day NBA, you need bigs who can space the floor, but I think he could be a great rotational big for a contender one day on the team, give you extra size down low. Man, he could bang with the best of them. He was giving trouble to Boozer, to Ngangba. He was being physical with them. Man, he's the reason why they came back in this game. Because without him, this would have been a blowout. This would have been, nobody else had over 15 points except for him. He was the main catalyst of this team. Yeah, and on UConn, I was worried because I was like, I don't know about their guards. Because I was like, their guards are being inconsistent. I was like, they're not making shots from the outside. I knew that would be good, but this game, this is why you never underestimate the heart of a champion. Shout out to Woody Toronto.
They count them all.
Yeah,
exactly. And also, it comes down to coaching as well. Yep. Like Dan Hurley, people get on him because he's like yelling at the refs and all this. He has too many antics, but behind closed doors, there's a method to his madness, and this proves it right here. He has 5 guys, or you can even count 6 or 7, the 2 on the bench that come into every game with confidence. You know what I'm saying? Braylon Mullins, to be the youngest dude on the court, one of the youngest on the court, and to take that shot and drill it, that just goes to show you like the confidence that you have to put in and how hard the practices have to be to make the games easy. Simple as that.
As a resonated Duke hater, I do gotta say, on the other end, great performance by Cam Boozer, man. I mean, that dude, he's a dude you can tell is a pro's pro. You know what I'm saying? Son of a pro, obviously. Carlos Boozer played a long time in the league, but man, I love his game. He was very fun to watch. I know if you're an NBA scout, you would salivate watching that matchup. That's one thing I can say, because it came to a point where, like, man, they just can't stop Cam. Like, that's where I'm mind you, I had money on UConn winning, so don't act like I'm like rooting for Duke. But I was just like, man, they just can't stop this dude. So I'm thinking like Cam's gonna find a way to get it done, man. Like, obviously you saw what happened, but man, that was kind of my highlight. I wanted to mention, just like his performance, very very impactful performance, just on both ends of the court. His scoring, his defense, just his positioning, where he was not just blocking shots, but just in defending the rim at all times, or even switching the pick and rolls, other minor moves he's making. He's gonna be a very good pro. A lot of teams are be salivating to get him as obviously a top 5 pick in the draft very soon.
Yeah, with Reed, I was wondering, like, man, can this guy play in the NBA? Because I was like, with the modern day game. But then I've been seeing him throughout the tournament, and in the Big East tournament, I was like, yeah, it's just the things he can do on the court, the impact he makes defensively, the rebounding, the way he can carve out space when he's trying to post up a man. This guy, and then he had some great patience in the post too on a couple plays where he didn't force the issue, and he found open corner shooters to knock down threes. I was like, yeah, that's hot. You don't see a lot of bigs do that. Like they usually would try to force a shot, bad shot, and he was able to. Hey, let me not rush. Let me not force it. Let me find the open corner shooter. Oh, I see my guy right there. I got 2 on me right now. Let me just this shit. Yeah, beautiful dish. I forgot who it was too. I think it was to Demery Jr. I forgot who exactly it was, but to the right corner, and they knocked down that 3, and that was a big 3 at that point in the game because I think it cut into single digits, and that's when UConn was starting to make their run and coming back. I was like, yeah, this guy Reed, he could play in the NBA for 10 to 15 years. If he could just get that J, we're talking about maybe a steal in the draft, maybe a 2nd-round pick, because I know he's a little bit on the older side. He's 22, he's a senior. You know, GMs like to go for a younger, more upside, but he could play in the NBA right now and be a part of your rotation. He's grown on me, for real, for real. I know Matt's probably big on him too. I could definitely see him a pro, like for real.
Well, I mean, there was always that conversation I had, like, could he be good, could he be not? But like just like you said, like the NBA's game now is so evolved where he's such an old school big man. I didn't really see him going to the NBA. Maybe overseas, but just like you said, if he gets a J mid range, get his footwork a little bit better because he has been called with travels.
You can't just bully your way through guys.
He's mad big. He's brolic, wide shoulders, so he been called for travels and all that. So just get his footwork right. He'll definitely be a steal. Especially watching him all. I watched him all season, so he really like took that leap from freshman, sophomore, junior to now he's a senior. So he's been just ascending ever since.
Yeah, and now we look at the Final Four. We got Illinois and UConn, and then now we got Arizona and Michigan. Man, those are gonna be some good games. I know, Matt, you got your UConn beating Illinois.
I got UConn taking it all. I got UConn going to the national championship game, taking it all. The only team I'm worried about is Michigan because they are a bigger team. And I'm talking like they put 3 forwards out there that could play center.
Yeah.
So
3 guys 6'9" and up.
Yeah, exactly. Like they have been demolishing teams. They also play fast. So that's one thing with Terrence Reed and our big men. We don't play as fast. Like I said, Terrence Reed is on the bigger side and he just lumbers up and down the court. Michigan, on the other hand, does not do that. They literally are. It's a track meet. So if it's gonna be a good game if it's UConn and Michigan. As a fan, I'm not gonna go against UConn, but Arizona, not really scared of if UConn faces them, just because they're such a young team. Cole Pete and them, they're just a young team.
Yeah, like Michigan, you're gonna have to deal with Morez Johnson Jr., Yaxel Lindeborg, who's in the conversation for National Player of the Year. He's gonna be a lottery pick as well. Ade Mara, 7'4" freak of nature. He's a great passer. He's skilled big man. He could protect the rim as well. They swarm you on the perimeter, and they got the front court size. And they got skilled guards, too. Amari Burnett, Elliot Cadeau.
Mm-hmm.
This Michigan, bro. Michigan, Arizona is going to be a movie. I mean, it's going to be a movie. Arizona got depth, too. I tried to tell Matt before we recorded. I said, before you came on here, Phil, I said, you're not worried about Arizona? He's like, I'm like, bro, you see? Like, you watching it? I'm seeing the best in the country. Jaden Bradley and Braden Burris, who's another projected lottery pick, one of the top freshmen in the country as well. He could do everything. Shoot, and he's strong. He can absorb contact and finish at the rim. And then you got Krivas, their big man down low. He gets rebounds, gives them second chance opportunities. They're one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the entire country. And then you got Koa Pete and Korchenkov. Korchenkov is like a Swiss Army knife. That dude could play in the pros. That dude he's a freshman too.
UConn, I feel like they match up well with him. I just feel like they match up well with him.
I don't know, man. The bigs of the wings and the bigs of Arizona, I think, are more athletic than UConn. Like, he be catching them lobs, man. He be dunking on people.
Yeah,
he does not stop moving. Hey, that European style of basketball, it's working for him in college basketball, man. It really is. And Aiden Bradley and Burris can create their own shot from anywhere on the court, and they're 3-level scorers. Man, I don't know. And then they got Def off the bench. Ooh. Yo, next weekend's gonna be.
It's gonna be so good.
We're gonna do an episode next weekend too for the Final Four. I might have to do articles too for both those games. It's just 2 games now. We're down to the Final 4 teams. One game is Saturday. I think the next game is later that Saturday too. So, and national championship is Monday. Boys, we in the marathon run right now. Phil, who you got winning it?
I was just about to say, Michigan, their offense is so hard to stop. But what kind of going back to the UConn Duke game, you can't count UConn out. So they're gonna be scrappy. They're gonna keep it tough. But Michigan's offense is going to be very hard to stop. Like to me, that's gonna be the thing. Can you slow that offense down? If you can, you have a chance. Obviously, if you don't, then to me it's wraps. Lindenborg has been one of the best players in this tournament. So if he's willing to deal, obviously last game he just had 27 points against Tennessee in a blowout win. That wasn't even close. I stopped watching the game at halftime. But to me, gotta be honest, Michigan to me is the favorite right at this point. I know I had Arizona before we started the tournament, but right now Michigan to me is playing the best basketball out of the remaining teams.
Well, will this help you guys? Well, Arizona has beaten 5 of the other 7 top 2 seeded teams at some point this season. Just saying.
No, it's a tournament.
They're beating some elite competition. It's not like they're beating on nobodies. You know what I'm saying? They've proven themselves, and they did face some adversity. I think who did they play recently? I forgot. It's not my game's going on. Brain
Who's that? Arizona?
Yeah, who they played recently? Because they gave them some trouble. I forgot who exactly it was. It was
they just beat Purdue.
Arkansas. Was it Arkansas?
Oh, no, you talking about the matchup?
Yeah, they were. I think they were. I forgot who exactly it was, but they were playing. I forgot who it was, but they gave them some trouble. And no, it was Purdue yesterday.
Yeah, Purdue. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Purdue.
That was a game.
Purdue down the stretch because Purdue had Braden Smith. He's elite off the pick and roll. He has the elite outside shot. They have shooters and they have experience. And they were trailing for the first time in the NCAA tournament. And I always wanted to see, okay, how are they going to deal with that adversity? Because when you're always up and no team's really giving you a challenge, it's like, all right, cool. But when you're facing a deficit now, how do you respond? And they responded. Ended up beating them by 15. So, and Purdue, they're not scrubs. So I'm just like, Arizona, but Michigan's going to be a different monster. Now you got some real guys who are going to play in the NBA. I think Marva's going to be in the NBA. He might be a first-round pick. Lindenborg is going to be a lottery pick. He's expected to be a lottery pick in this year's draft. And then Morris Johnson Jr., I think, could be a second-round pick or something like that. So you have essentially 3-4 NBA players on that team. Braden Smith might be the only guy from Purdue who's going to go to the NBA. But, yeah, it's going to – and then Arizona, they got like 4 or 5 guys who might go to the NBA. I think it's going to be a slugfest. This is going to – I think that's going to be one of the better games, too.
If we're going to use – like you said, like if we're going to use the logic of playing elite talent, UConn had a hard out-of-conference schedule earlier in the season, and they beat Illinois in like December. It was a close game. It was a close game, but came down to the wire. But UConn pulled it out and stuff like that. So that's another reason why I feel like UConn is gonna be in the national championship game because they already played Illinois. So unless Illinois made some changes or whatever, what have you, but
Yeah, I think the only person that can really match up with Reed on Illinois is their big man, who is Tomislav Ivicic. I don't even know how to say his last name.
Yeah, they're all international.
Yeah. Ivicic. Yeah, that's the best I can pronounce it. I think that was pretty good pronunciation right there. But he fouled out in that game against Iowa. They're going to need him to do his best against Reed because Reed's going to give him a low down low. But shout out to Keaton Wagler, man. 25 yesterday, ASMT from the field against Iowa. And Iowa has shooters. He had some big shots down the stretch in that game as well. UConn's going to have to find a way to get him uncomfortable, be physical with him. He's kind of skinny on the same end as Mullins, but I think he's a better shot creator off the dribble than Mullins. He has a little bit better ball handling. He's going to be a top 6-7 pick in the NBA draft this year. He's a freshman who came out of nowhere. He was unranked. He was like a number 300, top 300, 400 recruit or something like that. He wasn't highly recruited. And he's come onto the scene this year out of nowhere. So he's somebody I know. If he get past UConn, I don't know if they will because I think UConn's going to be physical with him, try to touch up on him and get him out of his spots, make him uncomfortable. But I think against Illinois, I think I got UConn in that game. I went mad on that game. I got UConn going to that championship. I had Arizona winning it all, and I'm still going to stick with it. I think Arizona will beat Michigan. Even though I'm still kind of hesitant because Michigan got all the way there. I'm like, damn it. But, yeah, I'm still going to choose Arizona to win it all. I just like their depth, the backcourt they got. the skill on the front court that they have, and then their depth off the bench.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
I'm with you with UConn, but I'm gonna take Michigan for one. With UConn, obviously, UConn shot horribly against Duke and still won. They can't shoot that bad again. We already talked about the 3-point shooting numbers and everything. They also had some bad free throw misses too, poorly timed free throw misses. So I'm like, if you just play your brand of basketball, hit better shots, get better luck on that end. We know you can play defense when it matters most. I got UConn definitely going to the championship, but Michigan, I think right now, I got Michigan over UConn.
Michigan over
as of right now.
Michigan over UConn national. I got Arizona over UConn national championship. I got
Hey,
Arizona.
y'all gonna make it though. Either way, you gonna make it. I got y'all in it. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
man. You got
parlay on that too.
I might chill on that one. I try to push my luck too far.
UConn taking it all, man. And also, it comes down to coaching too. I feel like that's gonna be a big reason. And remember, Dan Hurley, 2-time national champion. So who been in that state in that spot before? So you know what I'm saying.
That's true. I think he's the only coach in the Final Four who's won a national championship.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of the coaches are like younger coaches too. Like we saw John Shire. I think Illinois, their coaches.
Dusty May is Michigan.
Yeah, Dusty May. Stuff like that. So, can't count out the champion, bro.
For sure.
Yeah. And then Arizona has what's his name? Thomas Lloyd, who's the basketball coach for them. So this is it's a very Tommy Lloyd. Tommy Lloyd. Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, they're all great coaches. Don't get me wrong. So, it's gonna be interesting down the stretch. Next weekend is gonna be a movie, guys. It's gonna be a movie. Great college basketball. Yo, and all these teams, they have skilled players. It's not just rugged and boring to watch. Like these guys have quality players. Each team has a guy who's gonna go in the NBA, or 2 guys.
Oh yeah,
that's why I think the quality is so much better this year. Honestly, I think it's way better. It's been better this year than last year, and I think a big part of that has to do with the freshmen. Like they have really infused in talent this year, like I've never seen before. Braylon Mullins was struggling for a while, recent slump, except for one game at UCLA. He's like a couple games he's been struggling shooting the ball, and he hits one of the greatest shots in NCAA history. And that's probably said now Matt screaming. He's saying, "All right, DJ, I'm ready to come on the show." He's like, yeah, I gotta come on now. There's no way I cannot come on. And Matt's been living in Connecticut his whole life. I'm sure there's gonna be a parade or something tonight.
Yup, bro. There was a parade, bro. My friends at UConn already hitting me up, bro. They screaming in the phone and stuff like that.
Like, yo, when we win the national championship, you better come to parade.
Bro, I'm about to, bro. I didn't go the first 2 times, but if they win this year, I'm gonna be up at UConn.
Oh yeah, UConn. Yo, you gotta go experience the culture, the tradition. What?
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
You've been in Connecticut your whole life.
Yeah, man. I'm going this year. When we win, I'm going.
And the fact that pretty much the Huskies are really all you guys have now that the WNBA is taking away the Connecticut Sun. So it's
I'm so mad at that. I'm so mad at that.
Bro, it's like y'all don't even have no pro teams. All you have is the women and men's UConn Huskies teams. That's really it.
Exactly, bro. That shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy. They relocated to Houston. I saw that news. I was shocked. I was like, wow.
I was so mad, bro. I was like, there's no way, bro.
Yeah. I was like, man, I guess you guys can only go to college basketball games now. That's it. That's the only attraction in the town, the city.
Bro, and the fact we put so much money into our arenas strictly so the WNBA team stayed here, because there's like 3 arenas that they could play out of, bro. It's been such an economic fucking free fall. Excuse my language. With the WNBA.
I could definitely feel your frustration. When you guys in your state, you guys don't have any other professional teams that I can think of.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Literally in the middle of New York and Boston, bro. Like you could literally put a team here, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, you should try to call Adam Silver. Hey, you ever think of Connecticut for NBA expansion?
I might have to.
Move Brooklyn there. Move the Nets. They ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, move Brooklyn.
Exactly, bro. You can move Brooklyn to New Jersey or Connecticut.
The Connecticut Nets.
I'm not mad. You might as well.
Yeah, either go back to Jersey or Connecticut.
Yeah, they're irrelevant in Brooklyn. That's a New York Knicks town. They'll never be a Brooklyn town.
That's what I'm saying.
They really weren't. They were better when they were in New Jersey, bro. That was something
Yeah, because
different.
they were the main attraction. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. It's crazy.
They had the Prudential Center they was playing out of, bro. It was straight.
Yeah. All right, segue into some NBA after some great college basketball talk, man. Because what a show today. That was something. But now we get back to the NBA. So earlier this week, there were some taking proposals that were proposed by the NBA. According to ESPN's Shams Charania, the league presented 3 major anti-tanking proposals to the Board of Governors in New York. They're expected to tweet them before a formal vote happens in May, which, the NBA draft lottery also happens in May. One of them, the first one, is to expand the lottery pool. So this is the 18 teams will be in the draft lottery, 10 teams that miss the play-in, and then you have 8 teams that actually make the play-in. So basically, you'll have like 2/3 of the league would have lottery implications. The bottom 10 teams will each get flat odds and equal 8% chance to move up. And that removes the incentive for teams to have to bottom out and try to lose games on purpose and things of that nature. Because just because you lose more games or anything, doesn't mean you're going to get a better percentage or odds to get the top pick in the NBA draft. All odds will be flattened. I kind of like that one. We'll get into the rest, and the remaining 20% of lottery odds will go to the 8 play-in teams ordered from 11th through 18th. And all 18 draft positions will be determined by the lottery. The second one was the 2-year record system. The WNBA uses this. I'm sure Philip, he's aware of that. The bottom 10 teams and 8 play-in teams, and then you have 4 playoff teams that lose in the first round. That's 22 teams in the lottery. Draft positioning will be on the team's record across 2 seasons, not just one, similar to how the WNBA structures its lottery. This will be a minimum win floor each season that a team has to try to reach. Like, for example, if there was 20 wins and a team went 14-68, and then the next season they went whatever, they'd be treated as 20-62 for that season. So because the minimum is 20 wins, you got to reach. Even so, if you don't reach it, they might just count you as a 20-62 team. And then another example is like, say a team went from 40 wins one year, 20 wins the next year. They'll average out, because they divided it by 2 seasons, 60 wins divided by 2 is 30 for lottery weighting. When I was doing it at first, I'm like, man, this is so much math. But I was like, all right, I'm kind of getting it now. I don't like that one. I'd rather not do the 2-year one. I don't really want that because, yeah, I like the first proposal. And then this one is the 5x5 one that they proposed. So you have 18 teams similar to the first proposal. The bottom 10 teams that miss the play-in, plus the 8 that make it would enter the lottery. The 5 worst teams will all get equal odds for the top 5 picks, and with odds descending for the rest. And once those top 5 picks are selected, the remaining 13 teams will go into a second lottery drawing for picks 6 through 18. So if any of the bottom 5 teams don't land the top 5 pick, like last season, for example, you had the Wizards, the Utah Jazz, the Orlando Pelicans, they fell to picks 5, 6, and 7. And the lowest they could drop in the second lottery is 10th. So even bad teams, if they don't get a top pick, they won't drop too low because remember, you want to have parity in the league still. So basically, it will prevent like truly bad teams from falling too far while still mixing things up in the draft. Honestly, I want to know your guys' opinion. Which one do you think will be the best proposal? To me, I'm going to go with the first one. I think it's simpler. I think the 2-year record system is cool, but it's like, all right, that's a bit much. 2 years, you're kind of waiting an average. And then the third one's a bit extreme. You're going to have 2 different draft lotteries. I think that's a little bit extra. Yeah, 2 different draft lotteries. I think that's a little bit much. So I'm against the proposal 2 and 3. I kind of like the first one.
The first one, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't like none of it. I mean,
yeah, I don't like any of them, but yeah.
I want to start with. I don't like none of it, and I'm gonna explain why. So for me, bro, think about all the good teams that are, at least most of the good teams, right? The Pistons. How did they get good? Because just a couple years ago, they was trash.
Terrible.
27
bro, they had almost in NBA history at one point. They were like a game or 2.
My point is, they got good. Who they got? They got Cade Cunningham, who was their first overall pick. Wembanyama, the Spurs, they were terrible not too long ago. Who do they have now? Wembanyama, the first overall pick. So how the hell did these teams get good? Because they were bad. So I'm thinking like also when you think about the subject of expansion, you need the teams to get hot picks to get great players and have good teams win championships. So I'm thinking that's this whole issue about this is how I personally felt about tanking. Before I answer your question was, to me, you have bigger things to worry about in the NBA than just tanking. I mean, you got expansion thinking about. There's just so many more things. Think about the face of the league after Bron and all that stuff. Who's going to be that
Kawhi
dude?
Leonard stuff is resolved.
Yes, exactly. There's just so many more things I'd be worried about more than this tank. To me, tanking isn't a number one issue, but they're treating it as if it is. So that's what I don't understand. But to answer the question, I guess if I'm gonna say what is the best of these terrible options, I'd probably say looking at it. I'm not going to look at it again, just make sure I'm because it's a lot. I mean, it's just too much, all of it. But the 18-team lottery flat odds, okay, I get it, because give the worst teams an 8% chance. I mean, to me, I guess that part is okay. I think about so I live in the DMV area, right? So for me, I was upset the Mavericks got the damn number one overall pick, because I was like, man, I'm not a Wizards fan, but I always call myself a Wizards supporter because I go to their games. I spend good money buying tickets to their games. I want to see them get their ass beat because that's what's going to be. That's what's going to happen. I mean, you want to see good basketball, but and that's what's going to happen, right? But that's my thing. It's okay, at least flatten the odds. Okay, other teams I guess have a chance. Because the fact that the Mavericks had apparently horrible odds to get it, and they got it. We know that was a handshake deal between Adam Silver and Nico Harrison or something. Because how the hell they get number one overall pick? And they were bad, but they weren't as bad as the other teams. I mean, the Wizards should have got it.
Exactly.
But yeah, man, just overall, that's the only thing I do like, just to say that the other teams have a chance to get number one overall pick. At the end of the day, tank is necessary. And also the biggest issue, if I let Matt go, is I think that they should have done, because to me what justifies tanking in NBA today is, again, back to the Wizards. They're playing like I went to the game, the Thunder Wizards game. Some of them dudes I never even heard of who were on the court last night. They were starting. But my point is, I understand why they're doing it, is because it's like, wait a minute, we're already have a we're struggling. You know what I'm saying? We got some aspiration next year to get Trae Young and Anthony Davis healthy and see what they can do. My point is, what's the point in trying to force these guys out there who aren't healthy? Number one, and number two is you have to keep this top 8 protected pick, because if you don't get it, it goes to the Knicks, who aren't, I wouldn't say they're a championship team, but they're a really good team in the Eastern Conference. So it's like,
I've been hoping for us to get that pick, bro. I've been hoping for
you got to keep the pick. So why, at least from what I'm seeing, there's no rules saying to take away protections. That to me would help tank. Okay, you got to play. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, losing keeps your pick. That's how it is right now. So it's like, why would teams go away from that? That's the main thing I'm thinking.
For me, I just don't like the idea of being on a team and you go out there to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a professional, you get paid lots of money, you're in a different tax bracket. You shouldn't want to go out somewhere and just try to lose. That was always a big issue with me in the NBA now, is these teams and coaches tell the guys like, hey, we want the number one pick, so do the X, Y, and Z. So I was never a big fan of that. In terms of the tanking proposals, I really don't know which one is the best, because like I just said, tanking, you have so much stuff to worry about. There's so much other stuff in the NBA. I feel like Adam Silver, he just needs to focus in on what actually matters. And tanking, it has been there for a while. It's always going to be there. I just don't want the athletes themselves to go out there and be like, hey, I want to lose a game today. That shouldn't be your attitude.
I don't think they do. To me, it's ownership. I think I think about with the Jazz, for example, not to cut you off, but I think Will Hardy. I mean, how much power does he have? Because they've had times where they and the NBA was mad at them because they were leading in the fourth quarter and they sat Jaren Jackson. Now, you think Will Hardy wanted to do that?
Yeah,
Will Hardy, he's sick of losing. He's mentioned it.
You saw the clips. You know what I'm saying? Come on. But this is choice. His boss said, "Hey, you got to take these boys down. We need to lose this game. You got to keep this pick. Like, what you gonna do?" You know what I'm saying?
This is why we also have these athletes now that get drafted by their team, and 4 or 5 years in, they want to get traded, or they're gonna sign somewhere else, because these teams just keep on the ownership just like, hey, we want this pick or we want this pick.
They don't care,
yeah. Something needs to change. I don't know about these proposals, because they're all a little iffy to me when I looked at them. So
yeah, when I looked at them, I was like, yo, this is just so confusing. And we're back on fanatics. Imagine what the casual fans what the hell is this?
Exactly.
This is confusing, bro.
Exactly.
Bro, this is way too much, bro. They're doing too much with this, bro. I know you want to combat tanking. I know you want to abolish it, but this is a little bit extreme, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And what kind of repercussions this is going to have on like future draft picks? Because they said it's going to have repercussions on future draft picks. Because, you know, a lot of teams have draft picks and other teams with swaps, protections, and everything like that. So I don't know
I think
how.
what the NBA is really mad at. I think what the NBA is really mad at is the Oklahoma City Thunder building a great team with all those picks. That's what they're probably mad at.
That's fact.
They don't even need all those picks either.
They were terrible not too long ago.
Exactly. 2020, they were like mid, and then 2021, and now they were terrible, and they just got good in like 2023. So it's like that. I feel like that's what the NBA is really kind of annoyed with.
The thing is with the Thunder, though, they built it organically through the draft, and then they acquired Shea before he became Shea. You know what I'm saying? So they not like they just flat out tanked on purpose, or they got a big time free agent.
Exactly.
OKC is not really a destination; it's a small market. They have to build through the draft. So I don't want this to like hurt small market teams because that's the best way they're going to build is through the draft.
Like, as well.
And how often do you see a big name superstar go to a small market team? It's not very often through free agency. Like, you just don't see it.
The smallest market would probably be like freaking. The smallest market would probably be Clippers, and they're in LA. That's not even small.
Yeah, that's not exactly
a big market. Yeah, LA's a big market, man.
Like, no, that's a big market.
Yeah, exactly. So, but they're little brother to the Lakers. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I see what you're saying, though. Yeah,
that's true. And the thing is, this doesn't go into effect until next year's NBA draft lottery, 2027. So, and next year's draft's not as strong as this year's by any stretch of the imagination. It's a okay draft, but people are comparing it more to 2024 than 2026. So, will teams really even want to tank? That's the funny thing.
That's one thing. I get why they're taking this year. Though. I would take. Hell, you got to try to get 8 months.
So this draft is everybody going crazy. That NBA is doing extreme taking rules. That is absurd.
Like, I feel like there's gonna be more sleeper picks in this draft than any. Like you got the top 5, but there's gonna be definitely sleeper picks in the late first round.
There's guys to come out of nowhere. There's gonna be guys. Every draft has that guy. You know what I'm saying? Nobody thought Colin Kaepernick was gonna be this good. Nobody. Yeah. I knew he'll be a solid pro, maybe a 10, 15-year pro, great shooter. But nobody thought, oh, this guy could be an all-star.
Yeah,
he looks like the second coming of Klay Thompson. Yeah. Bro. I saw him against your Knicks the other day, I think. He dropped 26 on y'all, man.
Yeah.
11 rebounds, 6 threes. He was killing y'all. I was like, damn.
Parker's so feisty, bro. That'll be fun to watch, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, we can get to our next segment where we can talk about some NBA storylines.
Yeah, what's up?
So, what about I want to talk about those Spurs though. We'll get into the Hornets, but those Spurs are only like 2 games back from OKC, man, from the #1 seed. It's looking scary, man. And they have a much easier schedule coming up over these next final 6, 7, 8 games. OKC got the toughest schedule remaining left in the league.
If OKC plays the Spurs in the playoffs, either conference finals or second round, probably conference finals, I got the Spurs taking it, like going to the finals.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
them. Okay.
Just what I've seen from those games that they played, like the Spurs literally had OKC's number at the beginning of the season. Like they know, like every time these two teams match up, it's like a heavyweight bout. And the Spurs knew their every move almost. So that the season record against them, I think in a 7-game series, the Spurs could take it out.
Well, people forget about the Spurs playing OKC. Wemby was playing on limited minutes some of those games. He was on minutes restrictions because he came back from injury.
That too, and that was a big thing too.
Not taking into context. Like, oh yeah, OKC. Wemby was barely. Well, he was coming from his calf injury in the NBA. What's it called? The Cup? I forgot what it's called. The Cup. He was just coming back. He was rusty at that time. And then Christmas Day, same thing. He was on minutes restriction. I think he came off the bench that game. And they OKC. When that Christmas game was a game changer for me. That's when I said, yeah, this team's a title contender. That's what switched my mind. I was like, oh, this team might make the playoffs, make some noise. This is a title contender. Because when I saw them, how they were to stay with OKC, and that was a fully healthy OKC squad they were playing on Christmas Day. No key guy was out. Everybody was healthy. And they were able to go toe-to-toe match up with Wemby on limited minutes. Coming off the bench. He didn't even start the game. I said, yeah, this team's legit. That's when I said, yeah, Spurs got to be taken
The
seriously.
season record is like 4-1.
Yeah.
The season record 4-1.
Another thing for you, because I was looking at some NBA.com stuff yesterday. So since February 1st, they have the best record in NBA. They're 24-2.
Yeah.
The only 2 losses are against Denver when Wemby was out that game with an ankle injury, and then against the Knicks at the Garden. I was watching that game when they lost to the Knicks. They have the best net rating and offensive rating in that span, and are second in defensive rating behind OKC. Of course, largely due to Wembanyama, but also their guards, they lock down that perimeter. Harper, Castle, Fox, they secure that perimeter, do a great job. Wemby's first in defending field goal percentage, as you would expect the leading shot blocker in the league. He's a monster. Second in opponent points off turnovers. They get out in transition, and they convert in transition. Harper has been a revelation, man. This guy ranks 8th among guards, minimum 50 games played, and defensive field goal percentage allowed. I looked at it yesterday. This guy's a rookie. It's 2025. I know we talk about 2026. Everybody's hyping it up, but 2025 was amazing. Cooper Flag, Dylan Harper, Con Kanipo, VJ Edgecombe, Ace Bailey as of late been balling too. He's looking like a future potential all-star if he continues to put it together and develop, because he's only 18, 19 years old. This draft, man, yo, Dylan Harper, I think he could be an all-NBA type guard one day. He's strong too. He's physical. He gets that J, it's over, man. Once he gets that jumper from outside and off the dribble in the mid-range, he's going to be special. I think right now they have Fox for insurance until they see what they have in Harper, how he develops, if he really turns into a star. And if he does, they may ship off Fox. I said it in the past. I think they have Fox as backup insurance just to see how Harper develops. You know what I'm saying? Because he has star potential. I've been watching Harper when he was in high school. I watched him at Rutgers.
I like his game, too. His game is fine.
Yeah. And he makes the right play. Like, he doesn't force the issue. He has great advanced reads out of the pick and roll. Man, I love his game, man. And he's not afraid. Big moments, he relishes it. Like, he wants to be in those big moments. He says, oh, yeah, let's bring it on. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta say one thing y'all missing now. Even though I do have the Thunder as of right now, more so due to the experience. But one thing y'all did miss when it came to Wemby that kind of leans to y'all side is Wemby wants that smoke, because he feels right now Shea taking his MVP away, which could change. I get that, but also he don't like Chet.
Oh no, he don't like Chet. I remember I watched that game in 2021.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah. You know what I'm talking about. And
they started there.
That matchup. When it comes to that matchup, if they don't win, even if they don't win, it ain't gonna be because of Wemby not doing enough. That's the thing. I can't wait to see it. I still got Thunder. Still got Thunder as of right now. Just because of the experience. But also to that point, if Jalen Williams isn't right, then void what I said. I'm assuming health right now. If Jalen Williams, if that hamstring is not right, or if it's not fully healthy, he can't be at his best. Because Shea's gonna need his number 2. You know, I like what Chet has been playing. You know, and with the absence of Jalen Williams, if Jalen Williams isn't right, there's no way they win a championship.
Nah, for real. And Jalen Williams, he was inefficient in that game against the Celtics. He didn't look that good.
Yeah, he didn't look good at all.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Matt?
No, I just said I agree. Like, that's facts. If Jalen Williams, he needs to step up. But yeah.
Remember, he's just coming off injury, so he has to get back in game shape. There's a difference between practice shape and the game shape. Game shape is totally different. It takes a while to get acclimated back into that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to give him some time. I'm glad he has at least a few games runway to at least get his wind under him, his endurance back, and get his rhythm going, because they're going to need him if they want to protect their championship. You know what I'm saying? They want to defend their title, be the first team to win back-to-back in this decade. No team has gone back-to-back in like a decade, man. It's been a while. The Warriors, 2017-18. That's the last time a team went back-to-back.
I've been saying, like, everybody's saying, oh, no team has went back-to-back. I was saying because I feel like a lot of teams, they get their first ring, they don't come back with the same hunger. Because think about all those dudes, Curry, Kobe, Bron, like they all had that same hunger when they got their first ring. It was just like, oh, I need to do it again. I feel like a lot of teams, they don't see it like that. For instance, like the Celtics, they got that one ring. Next year they get knocked out. Now they blowing up the team. So
that too. I mean, they were getting beaten by the Knicks even before Tatum got injured, but then Tatum got injured, that kind of hurt their chances.
Exactly.
And then the Nuggets in 24, they had injuries with Murray and Porter. That hurt them
and they fired Mike Malone and stuff. Like, they just dismantled this whole core.
Yeah. And then the Bucks had the injury with Middleton in 2022 that really hurt them because he hurt his knee. I thought they could have repeated that year with the Bucks with him and Drew Holiday and a prime Middleton.
They had bad luck, man.
Bad luck. Giannis had bad luck besides that 21 playoff run because, man, I thought he could have repeated. He was the best player in the league to me for at least 2-3 years.
I feel like it's also a lot of non-basketball decisions being made, like the higher up. Like there's no reason Mike Malone should have been fired or the coach of Milwaukee. Yeah, Adrian Griffin.
He was 30. I never forget 30 and 13, bro.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy. You're well over 500.
For Doc?
Yeah,
exactly, bro.
Come on, man.
I was like, bro, that is not his fault, bro. Like, I don't know what you want this man to do.
That's crazy.
Get your own way, man.
That's crazy. Well over 500, and you get fired.
That's insane.
Remind me of Dwayne Casey, man. One coach of the year, then he gets fired.
It was the second award after getting fired. I mean, coach of the year after getting fired is insane.
I would have been mad. I would have threw the award, bro.
I don't want this shit.
Yeah, bro.
Come on, bro.
Man. That's funny, bro. That's funny. How about them Pistons, though? They've been 4-1 without Cade. Well, he only played 5 minutes in which game, so really 5-1 without Cade, man. And it's not like they're beating the scrub teams, you know. They beating Timberwolves. They beating your Lakers the other night,
bro.
Phil. Without Cade, and Jalen Duren was locking. Some of the great defense I ever seen on Luka. I was like, he's them puppies.
It's that point guard though. What's his name? Dennis
Jenkins, man.
He came out nowhere put up 30 on us. I'm like, who is this dude?
I think this is great for the Pistons because they were relying so much on Cade. His usage rate was insane. He had to do everything for their offense. And I think this is now times like, okay, this is time for your role players to get their confidence, to get their game going offensively, to be able to get theirs. And also Jalen Duren to take his game up a notch. So when Cade eventually does come back, now those guys are running with confidence going to the postseason. It's like, okay, we got our guy back. We're confident in our offensive game. We were able to win games without him. Let's do this. Let's go make a run in the Eastern Conference. Because I think they could, if they play like this and Cade comes back to his best level, they can give Boston some trouble. I think they can give Boston some trouble.
For sure.
Because I think the only teams that can give Boston trouble in the East is, to me, is the Pistons and maybe the Knicks if they're playing at their best. That's it.
I don't trust.
I don't even know if I trust the Knicks fully because I'm kind of, I don't know. It's been a little sketchy this season.
What are we gonna get from Carlos? My question.
Exactly.
I mean, Mikal Bridges has been struggling this year too. Not even just Carl.
The thing is, he just started struggling, bro. Like the later the season went on, he started shooting worse and worse. That's why it's like more annoying.
And they're paying you a big. You gotta knock those shots down, man.
7 first-round picks. 7,
they traded mad capital for Mikal Bridges.
That's where the picture comes from. This man putting up a goose egg in the game, and we traded what 7 picks for your ass? Come on,
7 picks.
Like he's no scrub at all, but they traded how many picks for a guy who's not even a superstar and not a Hall of Fame player.
But here's the thing. 7 first-round picks, right, for a dude who's a defensive specialist, right? Mm-hmm. But guess who? Tom Thibodeau gets traded away. That put this man in his potential to thrive, in a role to thrive, he gets traded away. Or they don't bring him back, I should say.
Yeah, they fired him. Yeah, they fired him, man. They fired him to get Mike Brown.
It's about Brown too, to your point.
Yeah.
Under Mike Brown, what is he doing? He's struggling because that's not his role. His role is not a shooter. Like, he's a defensive guy. He could average 20 points. We've seen it in Brooklyn, but he's a defensive
that's a different situation, you know. Not as much pressure. You're not really expected to win, but now your team, you made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year for the first time since before I was born. 2000. I wasn't even born until 2 months after that.
That's crazy.
Like, that's how long they haven't made the Eastern Conference Finals. They probably did it last year. Now you guys being raised to that expectation. It's like, all right, we made it this season, and they're probably looking at it as if we don't make the conference finals again or to the NBA finals, it's a failure. It's a lot of pressure. You know, New York is always trying to win. Same thing, Yankees, Rangers. Jets. Why not say Jets? Giants. Organizations, they trying to win, man. Like New York's a different. New York Liberty is a different pressure in New York, man.
Hey, man, the metropolitan area, you got all these states looking at you, bro. You got Jersey, Connecticut. We all fans, so you gotta come through.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But the Pistons, they've been upholding, because I was worried about their withstanding in the first seed, but I was like, oh, they're winning games. They're 8-2 in their last 10. I know they haven't had Cade like the last 5 or 6 games. Boston's 4 games back, so I'm like, all right, then. And I think they have the first seed locked up. They're gonna have home court advantage throughout the course of the postseason. Another thing I'm kind of interested in as well is the Celtics and Knicks are only 2 games like difference between each other in the win and loss column. I'm kind of looking at that. I want to see how that plays out. Boston, I know they're rolling right now, 7-3 in their last 10, 3-game winning streak, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm kind of interested. I'm looking at their schedule right now. So they play the Hawks tomorrow. The Hawks have been one of the hottest teams in the league. Jalen Johnson, All-NBA, easily. That dude, to me, he looks like freaking the modern day Julius Irving. The dude's flying out there, just dunking on people.
That's a good comp.
He's a rocket off the floor. He is a detonator. It's crazy. They play the Heat. The Bucks should be an easy win. Raptors just came back 31-0 unanswered points against the Magic to win the game, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 31 unanswered points against the Magic.
Wow,
I was watching the college basketball game, then I get a notification. So I'm like, what the? That's the first time that's ever happened in the play-by-play era. 31 unanswered points. The Magic are, I don't know, that team has gone downhill. They might need to fire the coach and start fresh.
I'm gonna do an article on
that. I like the guy, but I'm gonna be honest, they probably gonna fire you at the end of the season just to keep it a buck.
Yeah, man.
They probably,
I thought they were gonna be nice this year too. I ain't gonna lie. Like top 4 seed type.
They were gonna take the jump.
That's what I said. Top 4 seed this year.
I feel like they need to trade some of those players they got though. Like they have a lot of young guys that are just not producing. So I feel like just go trade them away, get some capital or something. You know, because they like. I look at the roster and it's like they got a lot of upside, but with Paolo, you need to put vets around them and some win now type of dudes because you got a young core in the Wagner twins with Paolo and then Jalen Suggs. So
like Paolo, he's been much better in the second half since the All-Star break. After the All-Star break, much more efficient, more dominant, more productive, but. I don't know. Mosley, I don't know if he's putting him in the best spots to be the best version of himself. Paulo still needs to improve his 3-point shot and his jumper from the mid-range to get to the next stratosphere of stardom. Because I think he has superstar Hall of Fame potential, and I want him to reach it. But I don't know if it's going to be with this coach. I'm telling you right now, the Magic, if they miss the postseason, because they're in a playing spot right now. I think right now they're like in the 9th seed in the East, 8th seed right now. And the way they've been playing lately, I can see them easily losing to the 6th. They play 7 plays the 8th seed, right? Yeah. I can see them easily losing to the Sixers, like not even close. And then whoever they play, the winner of the Heat or Hornets, I'll easily take the Hornets over them. You see the way the Hornets been playing?
The way they've been playing, yeah, what to say.
Yeah, this Hornets team, honestly, I could see them making the 8th seed.
They're so fun to watch on League Pass.
Yeah, like just like we spoke about it earlier, like Concanippo against the Knicks the other day, incredible. Brandon Miller when healthy. I think he has a chance to be an all-star if he get to stay healthy and continue to develop his game. He looks like Paul George's to me.
Yeah, I'm about to say Paul George. Paul George.
Yeah. I think he's even more athletic than even Paul George was. He'd be skyrocketing, bro. Jalen Johnson and him, I don't know what those dudes be eating, bro, but they be levitating.
Oh yeah.
When they get a full head of steam, it's over. And then you also the energy. I was watching the way they were playing the Knicks the other day. I'm watching some spurts of the game because I'm flipping between college basketball. I'm like, the offensive rebounds, the energy they play with to get second chance opportunities. Musa Diabate, Zion James, Ryan Kalkbrenner, their guards as well. Kobe White, shout out to him. He was the guy who got traded from the Bulls. He was their leading scorer for the Bulls, and he's provided a real spark off the bench for this Hornets team. It gives them more depth in their backcourt, giving them some break. Or also Knipple when they need a breather. And it's like you don't even lose anything because he could get you 18 to 20 a night. He's done it when he was with the Bulls. So it's like no offensive drop-off. So I'm just like, this team, I want to see them in the playoffs. I really hope we get to see the Hornets in the playoffs because I like they've been winning. They've been one of the hottest teams since the turn of the calendar year.
This thing will be very fun to watch, bro. I think of the playing matchup right now, I would say we're gonna be 7 and 8. I feel I got Philly and Charlotte being the 7-8 teams to make the playoffs.
Yeah. I got no hope in Philly. I'm not gonna lie, I got no hope.
Yeah, they got
all
those injuries. Julius, like they don't. Are they gonna have the chemistry? Like they haven't played together.
Back, Tyrese back, Paul George back. We'll see.
It's funny how Rose comes back and drops 30 like it's nothing. This guy is so talented. It's like,
I don't trust his health, man.
He on that extra medicine, bro.
It's crazy.
He on that extra medicine, bro.
He needed, bro. I just want to see him healthy for one playoff run, bro. Just stay healthy. I'm not betting on him to do it, but man, I just would love to see him healthy at least one good playoff run and see what happens.
Yeah, Philly is a first round exit. I'm sorry.
They are. Oh, they are. Yeah, 90%.
Yeah, it's a first round exit
because I don't trust his health in part.
If you're the 7th seed, you're playing the Celtics. You're not beating them. Yeah, you're not beating them. Even without Tatum, the Celtics were balling. Like,
that's his name.
And if they're the 8th seed, they're playing the Pistons.
Be back by then too.
Yeah. And if you're the 8th seed, you're playing the Pistons. And Cade Cunningham will be back by the time the playoffs are here. So
yeah,
I don't see any scenario.
It can make it interesting.
I would love to see LaMelo Ball versus Cade Cunningham.
That'd be fun,
bro. Oof. I've been waiting for both their teams to be good for a while, and this is the year they're finally both good.
All time, bro.
I was like, you have 2 point guards, jumbo-sized point guards who are 6'7", 6'8", who can score on all 3 levels. I think Cade's a better player, of course, because he's a better defender to me, and I think he's better at finishing at the rim. I mean, LaMelo's no slouch if you go into the rim either, but he's become more efficient, more mature in his offensive style of play. He said, okay, let me not do all the fancy stuff. He kind of backed out on that and said, okay, let me not try to do all the flashy pass behind the back and all that. Let me change my play style that's conducive to winning. And he's done that. He kind of mature my game. And we got to give LaMelo kudos, man, because now they're actually winning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've been waiting for him to like take that leap, man, and be on and play winning basketball. I still think his style is not a winning style, but hey, they're winning now, so.
Yeah, so I just want to see him become more efficient. Like, that's the next step for him. He needs to become more efficient.
Yeah, exactly. Take smarter shots. Take smarter shots.
Yeah, he be taking some wild shots.
His field goal percentage is not beautiful. It's like nails on a chalkboard. It's like,
sometimes he makes it, though. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, man.
It gives me mad because, like, Lonzo and his dad, they be saying like, "Oh, he been taking those shots and making them since he was a kid." I'm like, okay, but like, this is the NBA, dog.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
It's the best.
If his name was not LaMelo Ball, he'd be on the bench, bro.
Hell yeah! What the hell did you just shoot? Get your ass down,
bro. I looked at his last. He played the Celtics today, 7-19 today. He didn't shoot the ball great. Against Philly, 7-26. Like, that's not gonna get it done, man. You want to win the play, you gotta shoot better than that in the play-in, because you're probably gonna play the Miami Heat, and they're gonna be rugged with you, man. They're gonna be physical and all that. The Heat, they've been another team that they're no easy out. They look like a joke in the beginning of the season, but lately they've kind of turned it around. Second half of the year. Shout out to Bam, 83 Bam.
What am I saying? You start talking about that, bro.
Yo, people still will hate on Bam, but yeah, shout out to Bam, man. They've been better as of late, but I'd rather see the Hornets than the Heat. I want to see some new young fresh blood.
Yeah, the Heat is the same old, man. They're always they're playing special, man. Like, just, that's what they do.
The last couple of years they've been playing special.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, ever since I think they made the play-in in 2023. They were in the play-in. Did they have? Yeah, and then they made the final somehow.
Yeah,
crazy. That was crazy. That's one of the wildest runs you'll ever see.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler, man. That run alone in 2020 made him a Hall of Famer to me. He led the Heat to the finals in 2020 and 2023.
It's more still a debate. Because some people still debate that. I'm like, yo, he's definitely.
Nah, it's not a debate. Look at his accomplishments, bro.
I agree. His
crazy. He was one of the best two-way players of his generation, and he was a clutch as hell. Yeah,
I've seen people arguing if he's a Hall of Famer or not. I'm like, he's.
Yeah, if they think he's not Hall of Famer, they're smoking. Because there's been players less than him, they're in the Hall of Fame.
100%.
Yeah. Another thing I want to talk about, guys, with you, the MVP conversation. We have to. And we're getting down to the wire. You want to make the case where you got Luka Doncic, Philip?
Please don't.
I love to hear what y'all say about it, because some people have been bringing up when Luka's been playing, because he's been kind of vocal about it recently in press conferences. It's about like, I don't know what more I got to do. It just
Luka, I'm with you, brother.
No, but here's my thing though. Do you think there's some bias? Because think about the Lakers have one MVP. Kobe only got one, which we know is crazy. You know, for multiple reasons. Shaq only got one. Luka, you know, I don't know. Like I saw last time I looked, he was second. Now he's fourth, I believe. So I'm like, it just
dropped the fifth.
Oh, what? How do you drop off? Like, how do you drop the fifth? Like that's my thing. Like, I just need more. Cause like, it needs to be explained to me. It's like I'm 5. Like, how the hell do you go from 2 to 5 playing like you're playing? You're playing like 03 Kobe, and you drop. Like, what are we doing, bro?
He said the better I play.
Who's above my? I think it's Wemby right now. Who's number 1, right? Last thing I saw.
I think on NBA.com, I think it was Wemby, and then it was Shea that was number 2.
And if it's Wemby, I'm not mad because again, Wemby's ahead of him in the standings. You know, he's been great visually and defensively. Luka obviously defensively, even though he's been better, he's still kind of a semi-cone. But Wemby's
he's been better. Trust me, he's been better.
Oh, yeah, he's been better. I'm saying like
he's been much better. I've seen the difference. He's been.
He's not a cone now. He's just a stop sign.
I like that. But no, I'm saying compared to Wemby though, like you're not comparing Luka to Wemby ever. That's funny.
Good one, man. Yo, we should get you a comedy. Sketch comedy. Yo, Dave Chappelle, you need a side actor?
Right now, MVP is Shea to me. Who's your MVP right now? Who y'all got?
SGA.
Honestly, to me, I ain't gonna lie. I got Jaylen Brown, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not mad at that.
Okay, I like that too.
What Jaylen Brown did this season, like earlier this season, I was saying when Scottie Pippen didn't have Mike, they still made it to the playoffs. Right. Jaylen Brown is having, if not a better season than Scottie Pippen did back then. So I feel like Scottie deserves a MVP. I mean, Jaylen Brown, my bad.
Jaylen Brown, yeah. No, I can agree with that. I can agree because I think you know what's tough for me is like what defines MVP, because I'm saying who I think will win it, not who I want to win it, right? So it's like exactly to that point. Yeah, to me, as far as my definition of valuable, what's more valuable than that? Because I think about expectation, right? The Celtics are supposed to be what, a 7, a play-in team, right? At best,
6 at best.
Even to some degree, they thought that, right? And with the way Jaylen Brown is playing, no one saw that coming. We expected Shea to play great. We expected, we got with Jokic, Luka, all them dudes to play at the level they're playing, but nobody saw this from Jaylen Brown from both ends of the floor as the best two-way player in the league. So that to me is where I give my credit to as being most valuable, considering Jason Tatum has been out most of the year. That is where I would lean to if I was voting. But as far as I guess with the way things have been turning out, I guess I would have to go SGA.
I see what you guys mean. It's just it hurts Luka and Jaylen Brown. It's just so much talent in the league now. It's like damn. It's like damn.
It's because there's no wrong answer though, right?
No wrong answer. This caliber will have like at least 1 or 2 by now. If you killed somebody at the end of Luka's second year in the league when he made All-NBA first team at 20 years old, 21.
Yeah.
And the path what he was doing, transcendent stuff. He averaged like 29, 9 and 9, historic stuff. And he killed those Clippers, game winner. And you said, "Oh yeah, by now he doesn't even have 1 MVP." You would have thought you were crazy.
Cade, he like first one on
drugs.
A lot of dudes only got 1, or even none.
Honestly, I thought he got robbed in 2024. I think he should have won that over Jokic. Bro was averaging 33, 9, and like 9. It was on the same, bro. He was going wild on the NBA.
I feel like that's a problem too, though, in the league. Like the NBA, all these great players only have 1 MVP or none MVPs.
The same.
I feel like we need to start giving out awards to the players who actually deserve it. Not saying Shea doesn't deserve it. He's been playing well. But like just like what Phil said, like most valuable player. Jaylen Brown's been valuable to the Celtics.
Giannis and Jokic been dominating this era for most part when they're healthy.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like
they've taken a lot of MVPs from guys. Because they're so good. Yeah, especially Jokic, man. I mean, Jokic.
I feel like the only person that didn't deserve the MVP was probably Joel. I would have gave it back to Joker.
And give 2024 to Luka to me, honestly.
I heard him say that's the hair nigga damn MVP.
I feel like that.
He was a monster that year. He led the league in scoring back-to-back years, averaging over 30. Like the dude was a monster. I ain't gonna lie. So I know people always try to say he kind of was a baby about trying to win MVP, but the dude was a monster. I ain't gonna lie, he was a monster that season. And he dropped 70 on Wemby's head that year.
I saw that too. That was
I watched that game live. That was an insane masterclass of skill from a big man. But yeah, MVP race, man. I think Jaylen Brown. I think it's gonna be this thing is. I think it's gonna be SGA is gonna win it. Wemby will finish second. I don't think Jokic's been playing better as of late, but I just don't think the Nuggets. They're sixth in the standing. I don't think they've had the season we thought they would have. And I know they dealt with injuries and stuff. To me, before he went down with the injury, Jokic was clear-cut MVP. That Christmas game I saw was one of the greatest performances I've ever seen. Bro had like a 56, 21 rebound, 17, 18 assist game. I said, what? I said, yeah, he was on an insane run right there. The hyperextended injury, leg injury, hurt him. And his efficiency. They're fourth in the West right now. They're creeping up on your Lakers, man.
Let me check the standings.
I'm looking at it right now. They're only 1-2 games back in the loss.
Okay.
Your Lakers can't afford no margins for error right now, and you play the Thunder twice coming up. Yo, it's gonna be, bro. That's the exciting thing about this time of year because you start seeing some playoff implications of where teams are gonna finish, who will their matchups be.
Let's play them Rockets. I want the Rockets, please.
Man, yeah, I'm sure you guys rather play the Rockets.
Absolutely.
To be honest, than the Timberwolves because the Timberwolves gave you trouble.
I don't.
Nuggets, the Nuggets, they won 5 straight games. The Nuggets, your Lakers can't afford. I know, and Luka's about to miss I think he got suspended.
Yeah, we play the Wizards. We're fine. Play the Wizards.
Yeah.
People were mad because they want to see him drop like 84 on the Wizards. People were saying that. We'll be fine. So
after the Wizards, y'all play the Cavaliers. I think y'all should win that game. Luka will be back. Y'all should win it, and it's at home. The Thunder after that. I don't know, but that should be a classic. Luka versus SGA. Oof.
That's an L, I think.
Man, master offensive Wizards. Mavericks easy win. Thunder again. That's another tough one. We'll see.
Oh yeah, see it.
Yeah. That's what I said. Damn, I don't know. Warriors easy win. Jazz easy win. That's the last game of the season. You play the Suns before between the Warriors and Jazz. Suns, they get kind of a frisky team, but I see the Lakers win that game. But Thunder game. Thunder and Cavaliers are the only teams I might be worried about.
Yeah, I think we'll be straight. We should hold on to this number 3 seed. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I hope you guys finish that number 3 seed. You're gonna need it.
If we weren't 3, I'd be nervous. But if we can hold to this 3 spot, I like where we're
because if you finish at 3 and you win the first round, you play the Spurs in the second round.
No, man.
And then if you're number 4, you play the Thunder in the second round. Oh God.
No.
Spurs. It's gonna be hard to beat those 2 teams for the foreseeable future if they keep their core together. It's gonna be tough.
I feel like I got a better chance against the Spurs just because there's just the youth. I'm not saying we're gonna beat them. I'm just saying I think that gives us a fighting chance.
I don't know, man. Like me and Matt mentioned, Wemby's gonna play more minutes in the playoffs. His production should go even more. He ain't gonna be playing no 25, 27 minutes. They're gonna be playing him 30 plus. He's gonna be able to put up more monstrous numbers.
That's a big jump to go from the minutes he's playing.
They just gonna dump it down to him, yo. They just gonna
he's gonna be more aggressive. He's gonna be able to get more numbers and do his thing, bro. They're not gonna be sitting him down, coddling his minutes no more because they're trying to win now. This is the best of the bet, the ultra stakes now. You're trying to win a championship. This ain't the regular season no more.
I want to see it.
Yeah, bro. I'm looking forward to this postseason. I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah.
That's not the point with MVP case though. He ain't really been unleashed like that for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For playing like heavy minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they play one thing that's gonna be a big game for his MVP case for the Spurs. Mm-hmm. He plays Joker twice coming down the stretch.
Ooh.
That's gonna be. They play the Nuggets next Saturday. I'm gonna be watching that game closely.
That's gonna be good, bro.
Oh, damn, it's next Saturday on the Final Four.
Man,
that team is gonna be interesting. Man, I'm gonna have to find a way to keep up with both because I gotta watch that Spurs Nuggets. Those are 2 title contenders and MVP candidates. Wemby and Jokic have always been appointment television. Always. 100%. Yeah, I gotta watch those games. Matt, before we close out the show, Eastern Conference, man, how you feeling about your Knicks? You think you can catch that number 2 seed against the Celtics, or
I know we're gonna. Yeah, I think we could catch it. Just like Phil said earlier, they just have to play their best. Like, what is Cat gonna do? What is Brunson gonna do? And then the defense has to be there because that's been the biggest problem. Like, Mike Brown hasn't made no in-game adjustments in terms of defense. He makes in-game adjustments in terms of offense, but defensively, we have to put the right people, like get the right matchups. Because Brunson can't play defense either. Like he's a cone out there. So the help defense needs to be there. In the playoffs, hey, it's finals or bust personally. So they better get to the finals. Cade is gonna be tough. Celtics gonna be tough, but everybody else, I believe we could beat. So
I'm gonna tell you one thing. You better hope Brunson graduates from a cone to a stop sign.
Exactly. Exactly.
I never heard that before.
I hope he graduates from a cone to a stop sign like Luka did. Because if he don't, they have no shot. I think it's even tougher for him because he's 6'2". He's not 6'7" or 6'8" like Luka.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, when they played the Pistons, the Pistons been dog walking us all year, but we need to, since we are like kind of a deep team, we need to put in like Jeremy Sohan, even though he's like not really a scorer, to guard those bigger guards, because just make them work for the buckets. We can't just let them get easy buckets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm worried about you guys too, because I don't. And it's say if you go on a win streak, but I don't see the Celtics really losing. You don't want to really drop the ball here because you're only 2 games ahead in the loss column from the Cavaliers. You could drop to the 4th seed if you
exactly
lay your foot off the gas pedal. So you don't want to drop to that 4th seed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and the Raptors have been kind of a tough team to play lately. So I mean, I'd rather play an inexperienced Hawks team than a hard-nosed Raptors team. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
I know the Hawks.
I mean, I feel.
Yeah,
I feel relatively good about everybody else outside of Detroit and the Celtics. But just like you said, Hawks and Toronto, they're up and coming dogs. So if we literally miss a beat, the season could be done, and then changes gonna need to be made.
Another thing too to keep an eye on too in the Eastern Conference is the fluctuation between the 5th to 7th seed because they're all within like the same loss column right there. Like Raptors only one loss column game ahead of the Hawks, who are only 1 loss back from the Raptors. Philly's only like 1 game back in the win column,
one game,
and tied with the same amount of losses from the Hawks. So it's gonna be that 5th to 6th, 7th seed could fluctuate before the end of the season. We'll see who finishes where, but that's gonna be another thing to follow because if the Hawks end up going on a losing streak or the Raptors, and Philly could like win some games, get on a little streak, get their rhythm going, they can get out of that play-in area and get locking the seed in the postseason. So,
if Philly get healthy too, that's the thing.
It's gonna come down to the wire. Eastern Conference is that 5th to 7th seed right there. That's a thing to keep your eye on. And in the West, same with the Nuggets, Timberwolves, and the Rockets. Man, it's very close right now. Very close between that 4th and 6th seed. Pretty much the 3rd to 6th seed because the Lakers only 2 games ahead in the loss column from the Nuggets. But with the Lakers schedule, I think the only opponent I'm really worried about is the Thunder. Those 2 games. Other than that, I think they're gonna win all the games. So I think they'll secure the 3rd seed because I'm worried about Denver's defense. Denver, they might as well get rid of the D and put Enver because they no defense.
Yeah, man.
They have the best offense in the league, but they play no defense. So it's like when they said Dallas didn't used to play defense back then, they called it Alice. Yeah, the Cowboys. Yeah, they call it Alice, but because they don't play defense. Yeah, but fellas, this has been a great episode, man. Shout out to Braylon Mullins, got us he injected a lot of energy into us to start the show, man. Shout out to you. Yes,
big
BT on the map.
Winning the Nat, okay, yeah, I like the confidence, man. I will be happy if they win the Nat, especially after be taken away now. Yeah, they need something exciting to be celebrated in Connecticut. Fellas, where can people find you, man? This was an incredible episode.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for having me, man. Man, Philwell24 on Instagram. Wilson Way Sports Network is the blog site. You can find me on YouTube, Wilson Way Sports Talk.
Got you. Thank you for having me as well, DJ. You can find me Matt Kane Media on Instagram. Locker Room Logic is my podcast where we talk all things sports. So yeah, Matt K Media on Instagram, Locker Room Logic, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram as well. So look out.
Yes, sir. And you guys know to find me, DJ Sports Show on TikTok, on Instagram. You can follow me on Twitter, DJ Hamilton23, or on Instagram as well. And make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Feel free to subscribe, share anybody you know who loves sports, and leave a 5-star rating, and share anybody you know who loves sports on audio platforms. I'm your host, DJ Hamilton, with my guys Matt and Phil, and we'll see you guys next week for the Final Four. Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace.